We may be here in South Korea testing this all-new third-generation Hyundai i30, but actually Australia is the top-selling market globally for this car. So you could say there's big expectations resting on the little shoulders of this hatchback. Now, the i30 hasn't always been a class leader, so let's see if third time's a charm for Hyundai. The latest i30 boasts an all-new body that is slightly longer and lower than before. Hyundai says it ditched the showy styling of the previous model for cleaner surfacing and better proportions, teamed with more subtle detailing. It's all aimed at highlighting the hexagonal grille that the brand dubs a cascading waterfall design. To us, it looks a bit like that used on a Mercedes-Benz A250 Sport. There are also new LED headlights with automatic high beam that can detect forward and oncoming traffic and delete only the portion of beam affecting those cars. It's a cool feature that only debuted on more expensive German sedans a few years ago, although expect it to be reserved for the top model grades only. Inside this new i30, surprisingly, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Hyundai goes for a modern premium design ethos, and certainly in terms of modernity, it's better than before. The sweeping dash is really impressive to look at, and in this SR, there's some really nice red flourishes. But in terms of the premium part, some of the plastics have taken a step backwards, particularly on these all-plastic door trims here. Still, there's plenty of features. What we'd really love to see is rear air vents standard across the range. They weren't on the previous i30, and particularly in a hot climate like Australia, they really need to be. What will be standard in Australia is a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine that develops a healthy 120 kilowatts of power and 203 newton meters of torque, which is up 13 kilowatts and 28 newton meters on the old 1.8 litre. We were only able to sample the optional 1.6 litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder, however. With 100 kilowatts and a very strong 300 newton meters, it seemed to suit this Hyundai's refined and cohesive nature well, and will deliver low fuel consumption to rival that of the Toyota Corolla hybrid. The biggest step up through the range though, and for the i30 nameplate, is the new 1.6 litre turbo petrol 4-cylinder. With 150 kilowatts and 265 newton meters, its outputs all but equal those of a Golf GTI from a decade ago. It also happens to be a revvy and willing, if not sweet-sounding unit. Set to be badged i30 SR, it also gets a multi-link independent rear suspension setup that helped deliver a controlled yet comfortable ride, teamed with newfound sharp handling. Both the turbo petrol and diesel used a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic that was generally slick, with the exception of some slurring and slipping at times. A 6-speed manual will be standard only on the petrol models. Whatever the model grade though, the new i30 steering is a revelation compared with the sticky and resistant old system. In fact, there's no mixed bag performance on the road. On first impressions, it's very good. Hyundai Australia is promising competitive price and equipment levels for this i30. But even without knowing those, the vastly improved suspension and steering already carve this new model out as vastly superior to the old one, topped off by that 1.6 litre Turbo SR. It feels better than a 19990 Drive Away Special, but we'll have to wait until it reaches our shores in April to know for sure.